So you have said that all those years of touring, the drugs interested you not as much like the sex. Like you'd read about these other heavy metal groups that were into group sex. And you had this great quote where you went, please, group sex is unhygienic. And I was like, he's right. Maybe that's why I've never done it.
Let me tell you something. I don't know why I'm the way I am, but it's like, I didn't do group sex and I don't do all you can eat sushi. You know what I mean? It's like, when you see all you can, I'm like, I don't know if that's something that I want access to as much as I can till I vomit.
Yeah.
Or whatever. It's just weird. I mean, I don't know. I was always a one woman kind of person. Mm-hmm. I liked a relationship.
Yep.
Doesn't mean I was very good at them until very recently, and the jury is still out. But I'm like, what if you meet a girl and she doesn't have any big star records? You know what I mean? Like, or like, your shoes don't go with this outfit. Oh, what are you? We're not gonna hang. You know what I mean? I have certain.
Wow, your bar is so high. All they need to know, as far as I'm concerned, is that I was on television. You were a game show host. Good enough.
Yeah.
Were you on a movie or something? Yeah, whatever. Let's go.
I saw you on an episode of Canon.
And To Catch a Predator.
Yeah, whatever, sure. And I did get caught. So what?
No, but you know what I mean? So it was like part of rock and roll is also an extension of like this, there's poets who are like religiously sober in their pursuit of their language and what they want to say. And then there's some who a derangement of the senses is their inspiration. I preferred the latter.
Yeah.
I liked it, the intensity of all of that. And a lot of laughing and fun too.
Well, that's one of the things too is, I mean, first of all, just to take people through it, the trajectory that you guys went through, I think in the space of, I don't know if it's like a year maybe, you go from playing to, I think you've said maybe 18 people in a room.
Mean, sometimes I wish it was 18.
18 people in a room, let's say, and a year later, after Shake Your Moneymaker, you're playing to hundreds of thousands of people in Moscow.
All around the world.
And you're how old? How old were you at that time?
23, turning 24.
Yeah. And I've always said, I don't have a lot of experience with drugs, but I defy anyone to find a more powerful drug than group, adulation from a big crowd. I think that goes right into your heart, like very powerful cocaine.
It's funny. Izzy Stradlin from Guns N' Roses invited Rich and I to his house in like early 1990. We were out here. And we were like, that's Guns N' Roses. They're still Guns N' Roses, but then they were like Guns N' Roses, And he was like, oh man, thanks for coming over. I just wanted to meet you guys. And, I don't know if you're prepared for what's going to happen. And we were like, you're going to pay for lunch? I didn't know. We're prepared for that. I have $8. You just sold 800 million records.
Yeah.
But no, we're not getting lunch. Fine, never mind. But what fame and he goes, you just hang on. And it's funny, that was, you have no idea. You think about those things. It's the same thing I was teasing before about reading a book or whatever. And, at the end of 1991, we're in Europe, and David Bowie is in a band called Tin Machine with Reeves Gabrel, guitar player, who's now in The Cure. Fantastic guitar player, great guy. I haven't seen him in a little while, but we were all in Dublin together. I look back on this day. It was funny. Do you want to have breakfast with me and David Bowie? And I was like, yeah, of course I do. He's paying, right? I'm just kidding.
You're obsessed with that.
I know. Okay. Well, I'm just thinking at the time.
But that water's on us.
I know. Cheers. Thanks. We sit down but at the time I was probably very nervous. But again, I had made one record. My life is changing, but I've made one record. He's fucking David Bowie. He's Rock's chameleon.
Yeah.
But he's David Bowie. He's already this iconic. He's already this archetype of like a certain thing that we associate culturally with rock and roll.
Mm-hmm.
What am I going to be like? Well, there was that time I was in the studio last week. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I hadn't traveled. I'd been around. I haven't done anything. And he was very aloof. And it wasn't that he was, but I realized like, what did I have to offer that conversation? Even if I'm smart, whatever. It wasn't adding up. We go that night. The Edge has a birthday party at his mansion.
Mm-hmm.
And we're invited to that. So Bono was there. He was dressed as Che Rivera, which was
What?
he was.
What?
He didn't have, you know.
It was Che Guevara night in Ireland. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, he had he was completely. So I thought he was.
Yeah.
It wasn't Pol Pot, I tell you that.
Yeah.
But he was.
That was Friday.
Yeah, that was a private party. I didn't think it would be good to have a costume party but it has to be in private where everyone comes as the worst person in the world. I'm like, there's 2 Jim Joneses here. Guys. You're like, well, I thought you were
gotta call ahead.
I thought you were coming as Herman Hesse. I'm like, oh, the wrong size boots. God damn it. But I'm not saying Che is a bad part. I'm not at all. He's a revolutionary.
No, sure.
But the point of the story is Bono's like, oh, you're in the Black Crowes. I go, yeah. And he goes, oh, you poor bastard. You'll never sell that many records again. You know that. I was like, Jesus, Bono, I don't know what's going to happen. Oh, I do. I'm Bono. Look at me. I'm in my fatigues, But he said that. And in a way, though, I get it. I always envied you have one record, it's pretty good. The next, that you could terrace up this thing and start to learn your way around an industry and a business that can be horrible. Some of the worst people in the world.
Yep.
Again, it's the same thing when you sign your first record contract and the lawyer goes, this is the worst thing you'll ever see. I'll sign that. You know what I mean? Like, and you do it because at the time, there's nothing else.
You just played in front of 18 people and someone's saying, we will make this record and we will put it out. Lorne Michaels said to me that one of the truest things, I know it's true now.
And he said, Conan, that's my chair.
He said, that's my chair. It's my show. But he said, because I was, many people would say like I was signing away a lot of things, but I was brand new and
you don't have a lot of leverage.
I had no leverage. And so what he said to me was, he said, look, and he had that kind of my boy, and he was absolutely right. He said, many of the smartest things I've heard about show business have been from Lorne Michaels. And he said, Conan, they take advantage of you for 5 years, then it's your turn. And I didn't know what he was talking about. But, if you put in the time and you can hang in there, then you get to say, if you want more of what I'm doing, I would like to set the terms
isn't
now.
It weird? Before the Kardashians came on TV, 5 years seemed like a long time. Now it's like 83 seasons of that bullshit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, it's true. It is true how people.
Just kidding. I've never even seen 5 seconds of it. I just thought.
Yeah.
I thought it would be funny.
No, but it's.
And I don't know if it's funny if you're just being nice.
No.
No, it is pretty funny.
It is very funny. It is. I'm always stunned now it used to be like an epic run if a TV show was on for 6 years. It was like, wow, you guys did 6 years and you're going to go into syndication. And now I'm constantly seeing that a show that I swear to God, sounds like it just went on the air like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Like not even The Bachelor or The Bachelorette, but Bachelorette's on stilts. And they'll say, we're celebrating our 40th season. And you're like, what happened?
The show came out in 1971? Can I tell you a funny story, though?
Nope, no time.
No. See you guys later.
Bye. Shut the door.
The day we had made Shake Your Moneymaker, it's in the can. It's finished. The artwork is done. They're going to give us the release date. We had a show in a place called Rome, Georgia. There's a boarding school there called Darlington that my dad and Rich actually went to. And they had a little bar up there, and we'd play there occasionally. We'd drive the van up. It's like 90 miles. And we were called Mr. Crow's Garden, and it just didn't fit. Our little jangly, psychedelic 60s kind of name didn't fit what we were doing. And so, George and everyone said, he needed a new name. We liked the Crows. That's why we keep the E in it, because of the book. Mr. Crow was like a proper noun. So on the way up to this next gig, we say in the van, that's it. Today we had like a couple of names. We're the Black Crows. From here, no matter what happens, we are all in on this. Yes, we make that decision. We go to the gig, we set up our gear, we do sound check. There's a band that's opening for us that's like a dad and a daughter and like a cousin, and it's like some family band. I don't know if they were Christians. I don't know what they were doing. And we're like, oh, that's weird. So we go down the street to get something to eat. We come back. Those guys finish their set. We're dressed like we look like, we're doing a gig. It's a real fucking gig. We're the fucking Black Crows. We made an album. We walk out on stage. We fucking open with Jealous Again. The only people in the club are the dad, the daughter, and the cousin. Hold on. And they're sitting there and they're eating Subway sandwiches while we're playing. Four people.
Oh my
God.
God.
Opening band, and we're like, Jealous Again. Blah, 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 blah.
Oh, wow.
I'm like,
Oh, wow.
yes. You know what I mean? Like, here we come. World beaters.
Fantastic.